Democrats and Republicans remain on a collision course over spending as the president tries to broker a final deal to avert a government shutdown. Our chief Washington correspondent, Peter Cook, has been tracking the talks and has the latest from the Hill. And, Peter, headlines continue to pour out on this.
That's right. There's been a lot of talk today, but not a lot of results to show for it. It's been a roller coaster day, really. This morning, we heard from both sides essentially saying, listen, things have taken a turn for the worse. There's less agreement now than we had even last night after that late night meeting at the White House. So today, this afternoon, the House Speaker, John Boehner, the Senate Majority Leader, Harry Reid, went back to the White House for another 2-hour meeting with the president. They emerged a short time ago, and the basic message, still no deal.
There is no agreement on a number. There are no agreement on the policy issues that are contained with this. We're continuing to work toward an agreement because I do believe, all of us sincerely believe that we can get to an agreement, but we are not there yet.
We had a frank discussion. We had the necessary parties there to move toward a finish line. I'm disappointed we haven't been able to get something done to this point, but I am pleased that we're still working on getting there.
Negotiators will gather again at 3 p.m., and Harry Reid says there'll be another meeting at the White House at 7 p.m. today to try and iron things out before the government shutdown threat emerges Friday at midnight. What's dividing them right now? Well, it depends on who you talk to. Reid and the Democrats say they have an agreement on the number, the top line number. Republicans dispute that, but they also both agree that there's a difference here over some of these policy issues, abortion and regulating greenhouse gases at the top of that list right now. In the meantime, House Republicans moving on their own to try and keep the government funded. They passed a one-week spending measure, stopgap spending measure that funds not only the troops for the next week, but also cuts another $12 billion in spending. It was a raucous debate on the floor as they passed that. Democrats saying that's a non-starter, that proposal. The president saying he will veto that measure. That is not going to get the government to get us past that Friday deadline for the shutdown. It's going to be these talks that happen today, and there's still great debate here in Washington, Matt and Carol, as to whether or not a deal gets done before Friday.
So, Peter, still lots of debate obviously going on. I mean, how close are the two sides really at this point?
Well, the figure being thrown out in terms of a number is $34.5 billion, not the $40 billion that John Boehner has thrown out most recently, not the $33 billion that the Democrats had offered as well. So they're very close in terms of money. It's those policy issues that are very contentious, certainly abortion, also the EPA rules. And again, John Boehner's caucus wants him to push very hard for those policy measures if they're not going to get their top line number. That's where the real debate is. I had one lawmaker tell me here, this is a kabuki dance. We've seen this before. At the end of the day, he does think there will be a deal. But again, there's some real questions, Matt and Carol, about whether or not this gets done in Friday. Matt?